Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I am busy knitting the sleeves on the little white cardigan. I've done the back and the two fronts. These in the bag. That's the back and the two fronts done. And I'm busy onto the sleeves now. Now yesterday I got no knitting done whatsoever. My friend who I go to bingo, she asked me if I had any odd balls of dark coloured wool because she wants to do a blanket. Her daughter-in-law has suddenly taken up crochet and she's been making all sorts for the family and that, and she made a scarf for my friend Anne using granny squares and that with different patterns in that on, and it suddenly made my friend Anne decide she wants to crochet, but she's never crocheted for years. She says it since, she says probably about 30 years. She couldn't remember how to do it. Well, she had told me last Thursday when we were at the bingo that she had tried to crochet, but she couldn't remember how to do it. So I said to her, well, I'll come a little bit earlier on Thursday. We were going for a meal as well. We go for a meal on the first Thursday of every month. We were going to go for a meal as well, so I said I would come a little bit earlier and I'll show her how to do the stitch, how to start off the I wasn't sure whether she wanted to do granny squares because she had showed me the scarf that her daughter-in-law had made for her. So I thought she was wanting to do granny squares. So that's what I was doing yesterday for part of the time anyway. So I'm going to show you what I started. This is what I was doing yesterday. Made just an ordinary granny square because I didn't know whether the ones that my friend's daughter-in-law had like pictures like flower. There was like a circle in the middle with like a flower thing, and then she had made it go square for to do the pieces for the scarf. So I thought I'll do it to show her how to do just an ordinary square. That's an ordinary square, granny square first. So I'll show her how to do that. So I made her one to show her, and then she can look at it and see how it's done and that. And then I made a one with like the flower part in the circle. You would have like a sunflower, you know, like lemon in the middle and white and other colours. I've just done them all one colour. So I done a little square like that with a bit flower thing in, and then I did another one, a similar one, but just a different start to the centre, a different all treble crochet in the middle instead of double crochet, and there's still things around, and then to show her how to do how to get the round into a corner, how to get the round to go into a square to make the corners to do that. I thought I'd show her how to do that. So that's what I had been working on most of the day, but when I thought about it afterwards, I've done these little squares, and there was a lady asked me in a comment on one of my videos if I could possibly think about doing like granny square blanket and showing how I do it and how I would sew it up afterwards, or whatever you do. I wouldn't sew it up, I'd probably crochet it up like, but to show how I put them all together. So I thought, oh well, I'll keep those little squares. They'll be the start of something like that. It'll take a long time because I'll probably do a few, you know, maybe one or two an odd day, because I don't have time to sit and do everything. I can only do certain things. So I thought, well, I've got three. That's the start of three of them. I can do some more, and I've got lots of little odd bits of wool and that I can use up to do squares. So that's what they'll come in handy for. So I would probably start doing something like that, doing the little squares. When I do these, I always start off with a magic circle, you know, so you can tighten it after you've done the your four little part and make your 4 corners in the middle, you can just pull it to tighten it up and then just stitch around the back so it doesn't come out. And then I've left the long end for the sew in, because if I put them all together, I'll probably use a different colour to go around the whole thing. So I've got 3 little squares to start with, so I'll keep them, and I'll just, like I'm saying, I'll do one now and again to add to it and show you when I do different squares. I'm not in any hurry for that, but I did all those on 4.25mm hook. So anyway, when I had to see my friend, I took them and she says, oh, I just want to do one big one, and I'm going to hit her with them. She says, I want to do it to start off with it like you started one of them off and just keep on going till it gets bigger and bigger. So I says, you just want a big granny square, you don't want it. So anyway, we had a laugh trying to show her how to do it. I'm a pretty good teacher, but my friend, I think the problem was we were going to go for a meal. So I would normally pick my friend up when I go to the bingo. Normally, I would normally pick her up at 7:20, and we get to the bingo for about 7:30. It doesn't start till 8:15. So I have a little bit time before, you know, to get things sorted, to get our books and go on the domino card and this, all other things, you know, I have plenty time. But if we go for a meal, I'll usually pick her up about 6 o'clock. And we go for the meal and, you know, take our time and that, and then go to the bingo. So I said I would come a bit earlier, so I went to pick her up. I went to her house about 5:30. So she had asked me if I had any odd balls of dark wool, you know, dark coloured wool, because she only had some pastel colours, and if she could have some dark colours, because wool is very expensive to buy. And I told her, I says, when you start crocheting, I says, it goes very quick. I says, your wool doesn't last very long. But anyway, I sorted out 6 balls of dark colours, like, you know, like navy and dark green and grey and, you know, some odd colours like that. So anyway, we got there and I started, and she says, I says, have you got all your stuff ready then? Where's your hooks and all that? So I think she only had about 2 hooks, and I gave them to her a long time ago. So anyway, I said, we'll do 4.50 because that's what I've been working on. And I showed her how to do the magic circle first, because she didn't know how to do that. In fact, she didn't know how to do anything at all in crochet. I couldn't believe, even though I hadn't crocheted for a lot of years, till I started going onto YouTube and doing this, but it came straight back to me as soon as I started doing it. What I had done, I'd only done over the years. I hadn't been not doing it at all. I mean, I'd done blankets and things and that for myself, you know, over the years and that, and just an odd little thing now and again. But my friend just could not remember how to do anything. So anyway, I showed her how to do the magic ring, and she managed to get that done. And then she was getting such a mess trying to work around the magic ring, because I said, you want 12 triple crochets into the magic ring. Do 3, I says, you want 3. I says, and then you want a couple of chain and then another 3, so you have 12 all together in the so you get 4 corners out of those where you do the chain. So what she says, you show me how to do the stitch, because I can't remember. So we started off and I showed her how to do the triple crochet. I done the first 3 for her and then done the chain. I said, there, you do the next 3 and do the 2 chain and then so on. And I showed her, and she just had that wool all wrapped around the hook and everything, and we were laughing more than we were doing anything. And her husband, he sat in the settee, he was frightened to open his mouth. We carried on anyway, and of course I think the problem was she was that worried we were going to be late for the meal and then being late for the bingo. She was looking at the time, and I'm saying, look, I'm keeping an eye on the time, Anne. I says, you just keep trying to do what we're doing here. So anyway, managed to get around, and I managed to get the four little groups of 3 to make the square with the chain. Then I tried to show her how to do the stitch into the corners, to sort the corners off and all that. I think she gave up at the finish. And when I was there, so I said, well, we'll leave it and I'll come back another time, and when we're not going to go anywhere, and sort it out for you then, like. So anyway, while I was there, I thought to myself, this is what I thought before I went. I'll show her how to do, more or less how to start off, and it should come back to her. So I thought I'd take my own crochet with me, so I can do a little bit crochet while she's having a bit practice. So this is what I took with me. Where's my hook? I've lost my hook. Oh, there it is. I took this with me. Now I had started, I'm going to make another little bag to sell. This is what this is for. I did about that much. I did my chain down there, and I did about that much just to start it off. And I never got any of it done at all when I was my friend's house. So we went for our meal after that. And we still got to the bingo in plenty of time. We were there a lot sooner than what we normally do, because it didn't take us that long. We got served the meal, we got straight away, no trouble at all. So instead of getting there for about 7:30, we were there for about 7:15. So by the time we got to our books and everything, we're sitting down from 7:30. So I had until 8:15, that's when it starts. So I had 3/4 of an hour, so I sat and did most of this while I was there. And you get a few funny looks, like, with the place, and then the 2 sisters next to me wanted to know what I was making, and I'm showing them. So I had to show them a picture. I had the pictures on my phone, what I had done before I was showing them, like, and Anne seen the sister Anne, like, because one of the ladies is called Anne, the same as my friend. She said, oh, I'll have to have a go at that, because she crochets and that, she said. And I says, well, I'll show you how to do it sometime. I'll bring my crochet in next week from the start, and I'll show you how to start it off. So I had quite a few ladies coming up to watch to see what we were doing. They even wanted to know what the stitch was. I says, it's just double crochet. I says, it's just double crochet. You double crochet twice into one stitch, miss a stitch, and double crochet twice into the next stitch. I says, that's all it is. Just double crochet, but the way you do it, I says, it looks quite nice, a bit different than ordinary crochet, single crochet. Anyway, that's what I got a little bit of that done. So I might take my crochet with me next time I go. Me and my friend usually play a game on my phone. It's like a word game where you have a round circle thing. I think it's called Wordscapes. Between the 2 of us, we usually play that game on my phone, but I said to my friend, I put the game on for her, because it's no, she hasn't got it on her phone. I put it on my phone. I says, you play on that. I says, I'm going to crochet. But while we were there, I gave my friend, this is my latest pattern. This is what I'm using at the moment. This is a problem that happens now and again with my printer. It's usually when I've filled it with ink, filled it up. So if you can see this 2 little black marks on there, it comes out 2 black dots on the other side. It really annoys me. I get maybe 2 or 3 patterns come out like that before it actually starts printing properly. So I had 1 or 2 patterns like that, so I gave one to my friend. I've just kept one for myself. I gave one to my friend, and I took 2 for the 2 ladies, the 2 sisters, because they knit as well. One of them knits and crochet and that, and I gave them a pattern each for, or that they'd be. With one of the ladies, Molly, I think she's in her 90s. So she's probably got great grandkids, I would imagine. So she probably knits for little things for them. So anyway, I took 1 or 2 of them in. And then there was the young girl who you might remember me talking about, who was pregnant. And I had knitted a little cardigan for her, and one of the sisters, and I think I'd knitted a few things for her. And she had a baby in November, I think it was. And we were laughing when she first came back to the bingo. Baby was only a week old. And she came into the bingo and we were saying to her, what are you doing here? She said, well, I've come to play me bingo. I said, well, who's babysitting? She says, he is, meaning a man. I've had her all day, it's his turn tonight. That's what she used to say. And she still comes in every week. And her name's Maria. And as I was giving the pattern, she was looking at the pattern that the sister, she sits next to the two sisters, Anne and Molly, and she was looking at the pattern and she, oh, that's lovely and that's lovely. And I says, Maria, do you knit? I was so hoping maybe bring a pattern in for her next week if she knit. You know. So I says, Maria, do you knit? She, me knit? You're kidding, aren't you? She says, I couldn't knit to save me life. So anyway, it didn't matter. I didn't need to bring another one in for her, but you know, they're funny like these young girls and that. And then I was just laughing and I said, well, I just thought, you know, I says to her, I just thought you might want to be knitting for you. I thought you had 3 little girls. I thought this one she had just had was a third one. And I says, well, you wanted to, yes, you've got 3 little girls to knit for. She says, 4. I says, 4. Yes. I says, oh, you've been busy, haven't you? I says, that's why you're not knitting, isn't it? You've got other things to do. She says, you're being cheeky. I says, no, I says, 4 little girls take a lot of looking after. So anyway, I'm going to carry on doing a little bit more of this, and it's nice to be able to just sit and read my own pattern and I not have to work things out before I do something. But I did get a little bit of my cardigan done on Wednesday night, a little bit more. I'll show you what I've done on this. I've actually started the shaping. I could have had this finished if I hadn't been doing all that crochet for my friend yesterday, because I would have done some of this instead of the little things, with not being able to do any knitting of the night time, with being out and being out quite early as well from the time. So I started shaping the armholes there. You can see that was where I've put that stitch marker in there, because with this being it's not a normal just straight knit and purl rows. It's the rows do concertina up, so I do have to measure as I'm going. And normally I do the first lot of decrease on it. I normally do them on every other row for a few rows, but with this being like I'm seeing concertina up, I need to do a few more rows. So I've done a few rows doing the decrease on every 3rd row, and then I'm going to change now to every other row, and then I'll have to keep measuring this as I go along. I'll measure the armhole on the parts that I have done and keep the measurement from the center. That'll give me the correct measurement that I need for the sleeve, because it is a little bit different to what I normally do. I do have to do a lot of measuring with this one. So anyway, that's how far I've got with that. So once I get that sleeve finished, I can get on to the other sleeve. It'll not take me much longer after that, because once I start getting near finishing something, I put more effort into it when I know it's going to be finished. So that's what I've got done with that one. And anyway, that's a little bit my second video today. The first one was my Happy Meal from Derek. So this is my bit for now. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another day. So bye for now.